So we're thinking on this door. So do we go down the path of what we've done before, and we've put a money box onto the wall to make it, and put a little switch inside there? Or do we use the existing? Do we maybe use that, the cooker switch? That could be that. That's an on-off switch, isn't it? I mean, or we could hide it inside there, where that's. We could put a control that as an on-off, as the mechanism on the inside. Part of why I shut. There we are, shut. Part of why I thoroughly enjoy this part of thinking about it and looking at what I've got and what am I going to do. And what I also do is I keep, when I strip something, I keep every little part of everything in a tin. Okay, you might call me a hoarder. I'm just thinking of the future. I'm thinking, oh, we could make a lovely switch out of that, couldn't we? Turn it into some sort of an on-off mechanism switch. And look at this beauty that I found. This is off, as I can recall, it's off some sort of a sewing machine of some sort, or there was some sort of and I stripped it down to its component parts. Now that would be, put a bolt through there, put that in on the wall somewhere. It would be a master switch, wouldn't it? Should be the on-off switch, and nobody would know the difference, would they? With a little connection through the other side, or inside, or on there, like that, look. So it's very, this is the part that I absolutely thoroughly enjoy, is going through the tins, trying to think about things, what's going to work, what's not going to work. See, I could just simply get a money box, and I could screw the money box in the wall, make a hole, put a switch through the wiring, whatever there. But we've done that before, haven't we? We've done the money box on the wall, if you were ever thinking of that. But I'm thinking of some sort of tumbler switch, some sort of switch that once it's tumbled, you can't untumble it. You know, a switch is a switch on and a switch off, isn't it? So it'd be same as a trigger. But I want it to be, if it's triggered, it can't be switched off. Imagine a ball bearing inside a tube, and when you like a brake bias switch. So when it's triggered, there's the safety, it's on. When it's triggered with a bit of a flap, you can't get the ball back on to switch it back on because it's behind. So I'm going to try and make some sort of switching mechanism, think about it, that's going to, when the alarm is set, there's a very complicated way of resetting the switch once it's been triggered. But this, that'd be a lovely switch, wouldn't it? Well, you know, a Reggie sort of a switch. So that's why I keep all my little stupid bits and pieces, because you just never know. And this had a right old age on it, whatever it was. That's a lovely handle for something somewhere. So it's always worth stripping, when you've got something, strip it down to nothing, and you can use all the bits eventually, because I've had these tins here for years. Let me tell you a story. A funny story from 1976. Is it 1976? Well, faded. How do you keep things? Here I am, here. Roy Welsh Fusiliers. I was in the TAs at that time, Territorial Army. That's how I began. Anyway, we were in Wretham Camp in Thetford. Yeah, you have to do a 2-week summer camp. You have to do 2 weeks training. Anyway, I'm off, I'm out, and we're out on exercise. And on the rifle, on your thumb, there's a safety switch, whether you can fire the weapon or you can't fire the weapon. Obviously, it was blanks, so we were on exercise, we were using blanks. It wasn't a live fire exercise. So it was my turn to be the guard that night, you know, taking my turn. So I'm walking around and I'm doing my guard duty in the woods, of course, because all them, you know, we're out in the open, in the woods, out on exercise. Is that on or is that off? Is that off or is that on? And I'd forgotten which way was safety and which way wasn't safety. Well, I thought, well, the only way to do it is to flip the switch and pull the trigger, and either it works or it doesn't work. Well, anyway, I'm out on patrol in the middle of the night. Everyone's fast asleep. I flip the trigger and I pull the, you know, I flip the safety. I think that's the one, that's all right, let's test it. And I pulled the trigger and the thing went bang. Boy, oh boy, I woke everyone up. And didn't I was in the doghouse that day, a real doghouse that day. I just thought I'd tell you that funny little story.